You know that exhausted, totally drained feeling you get after dealing with someone else's drama? Well, every single time you react to someone who just doesn't deserve it, or you find yourself explaining yourself to people who are completely committed to misunderstanding you, you're not just wasting your time. You gotta ask yourself, who is stealing your power? Because the hard truth is, you've been literally handing over pieces of your power and your peace, and they've been happily taking it.
Stop giving it away. Seriously, stop. Right now, today. That whole autopilot behavior of just reacting, it ends.
Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into the dark, incredibly powerful and historically tested principles of reclaiming your personal power. We're talking about mastering silence and guarding your attention to completely shift the power dynamics in your life. Inspired by concepts refined centuries ago by thinkers like Machiavelli, we're going to explore how to dominate without confrontation, how to win without ever throwing a punch, and how to become completely, absolutely untouchable in a world that constantly demands a reaction from you.
Okay, let's dive straight into Act 1, the vault. Attention as currency.
All right, our first fundamental rule of power revolves around the absolute most precious resource you have. And no, it's not your money, it's your attention. Attention is a highly valuable currency. It's an investment of your mental and emotional bandwidth. Think of your attention literally like gold. Just like money, the second you start throwing it around carelessly, well, you go broke. Every single time you give someone your attention, you're making a massive investment.
And just like any smart investor, you've got to ask yourself, what's my ROI here? What return am I getting? Because honestly, the person who controls where their attention goes controls their entire life. Just think about the most powerful people out there. Billionaires, top-tier leaders. They are ruthlessly selective. They don't reply to every little comment or slight. They have a strict filter. Before they spend a single drop of their attention, they ask, does this person actually deserve a payout from my mental bank account?
And if the answer is no, they move on. Because think about it, when someone disrespects you and you spend 3 hours pacing around your kitchen crafting the perfect comeback, what do you actually get in return? Zero, absolutely zero. You get nothing back except stress, a spiked heart rate, and lost time. You've literally just handed them power over your emotions.
Let's see how this builds in Act 2, the sword. Silence as aggression. So, once we've locked down our attention, we need to know how to wield our primary weapon, which is silence. Now, people are often terrified of silence because they think it makes them look weak, right? Like, if you don't fire back, you've somehow surrendered. But listen to me. Silence is not surrender. It is complete, absolute indifference. Silence is actually the most aggressive move you can make. It robs the other person of the validation they're desperately craving and communicates something words never could. You are not worth my energy. You don't even register on my radar.
And this brilliantly illustrates the mind-breaking psychological warfare of ignoring someone. Humans are biologically hardwired to crave closure. When you react, you validate their existence. But when you stay silent, look at step 1, no closure. This immediately forces their brain into step 2, mental overdrive. They start obsessing, searching for reasons, creating wild narratives about why you aren't responding, which leads straight into step 3, self-destruction. They end up fighting a desperate, exhausting battle entirely inside their own head, and you aren't even on the battlefield.
Look at the stark difference between these two approaches. On one side, you have reacting. When you fire back, you're just validating them. You're handing them exactly the energy they were trying to steal. Even if you win the argument, you actually lose, because you let them drag you down into their world. But on the flip side, ignoring. You completely rob them of their existence in your reality. You read the message, you feel absolutely nothing, and you delete it. Boom. You become fortress.
Which brings us to Act 3, the ghost, strategic withdrawal and erasure.
Now let's talk about how to be physically present but emotionally untouchable. Because completely disappearing, that's not power, that's just running away. Real power is when you're still in someone's orbit, but you've become completely unpredictable. Look, constant availability kills mystery. If you text back the second your phone buzzes, every single time, you become suffocating. But an unpredictable presence, that creates obsession. You show up on your terms. You engage only when it serves you. Your strategic withdrawal makes people actually chase and value your presence.
Now, what's really interesting about this breakdown is exactly who you need to systematically and surgically remove from your life. We've got 3 distinct types of unworthy people here. First, enemies. They plot, they sabotage. Your action, don't expose them. Don't fight them. Erase them completely and let your wild success be their absolute torture. Second, Critics. They try to tear you down because they literally have no purpose without you. Your action? Cut them off with pure, freezing indifference. Do not feed them your attention. And third, maybe the most dangerous, parasites. These are the folks disguised as friends who drain your energy with their endless drama and crises. Your action? Quietly and permanently remove them.
Now those energy parasites, they'll try to guilt trip you for setting boundaries. But you have to remember this. Protecting your energy isn't selfish. It is pure survival. You literally cannot pour from an empty cup. You can't be strong for the people who actually matter if you're letting these vampires bleed you dry. Guilt is just a trap they set. Erasing these people isn't mean, it's mandatory.
All right, let's bring it all together in Act 4, The Fortress. Calculated inaction. This is the climax, the ultimate state of being we're striving for. To get here, you need to forge your armor of indifference. Now, this doesn't mean you're some emotionless robot, not at all. It means having complete, total control over what external chaos is allowed to affect your internal peace. Most people out there are emotional hostages. Someone insults them and boom, their whole week is ruined. They're slaves to what other people think. Wearing this armor means mastering your emotional triggers, like that desperate urge to explain yourself when you're misunderstood, so you simply cannot be manipulated.
So, the crucial point is this absolute shift in mindset. Think about the old you. The old you would probably panic, right? If someone spread a rumor, you'd scramble to defend yourself, exhaust all your energy, and desperately try to control the narrative. But the new you? The new you ignores it completely. You stay laser-focused, you keep crushing your goals, and you become utterly untouchable. When you let pointless battles just bounce off your armor, your enemies end up looking foolish entirely on their own.
And that is how you ascend, by doing absolutely nothing. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but calculated inaction isn't laziness. It's high-level strategy. You are actively refusing to descend to a level that doesn't serve you. While your competitors and your haters are burning through their energy on fake battles and petty drama, you're conserving yours. You're shifting the power dynamic silently and creating a distance they can never, ever close. You win the game, simply by refusing to play it.
So we've broken down how to guard your attention like the absolute gold it is, how to weaponize your silence to rob others of validation, and how to ascend through calculated inaction. The playbook is right in front of you, but it only works if you commit to changing your behavior starting right now. The next time someone tries to bait you or demands an explanation that you do not owe them, don't give it. Stop giving away your power. I'm going to leave you with